Hello, everyone, and welcome to Salty Sweet Games. Welcome to Against the Stars, a Burn Bryte series co-presented by Salty Sweet Games and Roll20. Super excited to be back doing some awesome stuff in space, doing some dangerous stuff in space now. Uh, we're gonna get combat for the first time, so this is gonna be real exciting. It's gonna be real awesome. But before we hop into the game and stuff, and before we go meet our lovely people who are here, let's go and do some channel stuff real quick. First off, love to give a shout out to our wonderful co-producers, our wonderful co-presenters, and that is Roll20. They are. What are they, Lauren?
Our virtual tabletop of choice!
There we go. We are so excited to be partnering with them to present this series. And also, they're really important because they created Burn Bryte, as in that system. They published it. And so we won't be playing this without them, quite literally, in every sense of the in every sense of the possibility there. So we are so grateful to them. Love to give another shout out to our other awesome sponsors, and that includes Dice Envy. If you like your physical dice, your chonky boys, your click clacks, all that good stuff, Dice Envy gets you all of that. And they have stuff in plastic, wood, metal, and even gemstone. So if you want to check out your beautiful dice over there, you can use the code SaltySweet, all capital one word. Get some money off there. Get some good dice for yourself.
Oh, and thank you for the raid, Angry Nerd Girl. Welcome,
Oh,
welcome,
thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. Welcome on in. We're just doing some channel intro stuff. Yeah, so there's that. And also, we've got Grinding Coffee Co., their sponsor. They are a Black and LGBTQ owned company that does organic and other fairly sourced coffee brews. You can get your beans there, you get some cool merch there. And if you use the code SaltSweetGames, all caps one word, you can get 13% off your order. Apparently, they're very delicious. I'm not a coffee drinker, but Lauren is. And so basically, the stream is kind of powered by Grinding Coffee Co.
Yes,
Just saying.
I just have root beer right now because it's late and I'm not supposed to have caffeine, but
Please imagine.
imagine that it's coffee that I drink every morning because I do.
It is. Um, yeah. Um, yes, this is space time. It's
Space
space.
time.
Woo. So a couple of things also that are unique to Against the Stars. First off, we've got our donation options, which don't go to the channel, rather they go to charity, as we are part of Roll20's Tiltify campaign for Code 2040, which is an awesome nonprofit that helps benefit Black and Latinx companies and groups and people to uplift them and get them the technology that they need to do the advocacy that they need. So it's really awesome. And if every $50 that is donated to the campaign, it goes and creates a complication in the story. And every $100, we give away a copy of the Burn Bryte starter pack. So it's really awesome. You can get everything that you need to play Burn Bryte as well as a starter adventure all in one go, as well as like tokens and like maps and all that stuff. Everything you're going to see on the show comes from that starter set. So you want to get on in that. And of course, all the money goes to a great cause. If you want to help support us, we've actually got a social goal going on where every week, if our promo tweet for the episode hits 15 retweets, that unlocks a poll for the week upon which you can vote for what faction gets to move forward in their schemes. So last 2 weeks ago, it was the Daylight cult that showed up. And we got to get on that cliffhanger. And then this past week, y'all figure something else out, which the players might or might not find out today. And of course, if we hit that 15 retweets this week, we'll unlock another poll. And more things will happen on the grand chessboard that is the Olaxis Galaxy. Last but not least, we here at Salt Sweet Games use safety tools. Because no matter what happens
Remembered.
I remembered. Because no matter what happens to our characters, we want to make sure that the players are having fun and enjoying what's going on. You can actually check out exclamation mark safety tools, or exclamation exclamation mark safety to get a full read down on that. And also we have exclamation marks content warnings, so y'all can sort of know what's going to go on in the game, because we're going to get into some intense stuff today. But let's go, and before we get into that, let's go and meet our lovely people today. Lauren,
Dang it.
hello.
I'm not re-inputting a command. Don't
You're
look
right
at me.
here.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm playing Valla Celebralta, our Elron pilot and big strong girl who also uses she, her pronouns. I'm made of crystal. I glow. So, yeah, that's it for me. Move along.
All right, I'm moving along. Jeez.
I'm busy.
Let's go over to Jess. Hello, Jess.
How's it going? I'm Jess. You can find me at go_GG in all the places. And today, as always on Tuesdays, I get to play Wallahlah Oodles Knees Alas Telemo. Just a little glean on the ship, just wanting to do some science, make some friends, and do some bonding.
Bonding.
Good. Yes.
Amazing. I can't remember what quote number that is, but it's quote something. That's in there. Somewhere around 70s, late 70s, I'm pretty sure.
We'll figure it out one day.
We'll figure it out one day. Let's go over and now to B. Hello, B.
Hello. My name is B. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. My pronouns are they, them, and I am going to be playing 10,000 bugs in the shape of a wallaby. We are also the captain, and we have but one purpose, and it's definitely the safety of our crewmates, but it is also this item that we have acquired, and we would love to perhaps exchange it for funds. We are not incredibly concerned about the moral. I mean, we are always concerned about the safety of everyone, and Zev'xo's pronouns are they, them.
Amazing. And let's go over to Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam, and you can find me on the internet at Sam on Damiel. And today I'm playing Ciele Vandil, an Eno who is on this ship and is totally more concerned with the safety of this crew than like the profitability of this crew. Which no one on this ship is super concerned about profitability. Obviously, we're all super concerned about safety here, for sure. Sure.
We agree.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's cool. Oh, goodness. And I am Kienna. I use she, they pronouns, and I am everything else in this game as I am the GM. Super excited to be here. We delving into another exciting episode. So before we get into that, we should do a little quick recap as to what happened last time, because quite a bit happened last time. Our intrepid crew of the Wicked Wallaby finally made their way off of the space station Zev'xo, which they had discovered a couple of interesting clues. One was a business card to someone within the Wesh in Overguild, aka the Overguild that is in charge of construction and infrastructure within the Olaxis Galaxy. They also noticed that some of the equipment that had been left here by the Vellum scientists, however many years ago, has been rummaged through, and quite recently as well. So that's an interesting thing for them to note as they headed off to drop off the plasma, as promised, to the Driftling Lamerick on the planet Cyprit. Upon getting to Cyprit, they managed to make contact with Lamerick, and they did the exchange of plasma to argent, which is our world version of money. In the process, however, they were introduced to Lamrick's workshop, upon which there was a curious thing behind a tarp. Of course, in the most elegant and subtle ways of
Thank you.
revealing this,
Thank you.
Valla tripped
I did. So clumsy.
and pulled off the tarp, revealing what was a prototype of some form of portal teleportation device. And upon this discovery, Lamrick confessed that one, she and her family were in debt on their home planet. Hoping to get away from the burn, however, they had to pay off the rest of their debts to the Wesh Overguild, and specifically to a Mr. Elskin, to which the crew had managed to pick up the business card of. Fancy that coincidence. And that because Lamrick and her family does not have much money, Lamrick has been using her crafting skills, her engineering skills, to develop devices for Mr. Elston, which included this device. However, before anything else could be done, the younger brother of Lamrick decided to notified everybody that 3 ships had arrived, and not just any ships, some very, very wicked-looking ships. And unfortunately, our party did recognize these ships to belong to the Daylight, a cult that they have a past with. And as they booked it, Lamrick made a plea for help, a smuggling deal of sorts, that if the crew would be able to deliver this teleportation device, the last thing that she needs to pay off her debts, to Mr. Elston, then she would be able to pay the crew the money for that. She would be debt-free, and everything would go well. And so they managed to take the device, get onto the ship, and take off just as the 3 breacher ships of the Daylight arrive. At this point, one of the ships starts to peel off and starts to chase after the Wicked Wallaby. Before we get right into the heat of battle, we flash back to about 9 months ago. The crew has only been together for a few months at this point, having come together in unusual circumstances, but fortunate circumstances nonetheless. And they find themselves running off of a seeming what they thought of was originally a abandoned planet of forms, but ended up coming across some people. And we cut to Valla and Wallahlah and Vandil and Zev'xo as they run away with what did you run away with? What was that again? The
it was a religious object.
It's a piece
Yes.
of wood.
Just a piece of wood. Come on.
a piece of wood that happens to also be part of the religious stakes that belong to the Daylight within their ritualistic sacrifices.
We recognized its value. It had to be claimed.
It did. And so our camera briefly cuts to this scene as they run, as the Daylight had burst into their lair, and the crew caught in the act take their stolen goods and book it. What does this look like as y'all are booking it out of the Daylight's hidey hole here?
I mean, we have Valla holding the wood. How that because that really sets the scene.
Yep.
What does that look like? And are we
Um,
worried about getting hit by the wood?
No, the wood itself is it's a fairly sizable plank. Again, it is used in sacrificial burnings because the daylight is great that
I
way.
don't like carrying this murder device.
Um, and it is surprisingly it's you would imagine that it would have ashes or charcoal or some of the markings on it, but it's this pure white to it. All the bark had been stripped off of it, and it had been sanded down into the smooth surface, which you had seen, these things go up in flames before, and yet it maintains its pristine whiteness. You do the thing that notifies you of its significance is the carvings within it, upon which you see various symbols. Those of you who are more studied may sort of recognize these as the equivalent of spells, I guess, in this world. Not anything complex, just more like a series of empowering words within it. And in the center of it specifically, there is a drawing, abstract of what looks sort of like a version of the burn in it. However, it appears that there's something in the center of it, which you can only assume is supposed to represent Guamok, their deity, who they believe lives in the burn to bring upon purgatory to the Olaxis Galaxy.
No. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm carrying.
Yep, you're carrying this.
I love that. I love that. I think probably whenever we first busted out of there, Valla would have used her inner glow to give us some some time, kind of like it's kind of a blinding effect when it first goes off. So I think she's like coming down from that as it gets like as it fades more and more, and she's just holding this plank of wood over her shoulder, just hoofing it.
Zev'xo has sent out one of their scout bugs. I think this one was called Legsy. They were just born with like an extra leg, but they are just as valuable as everybody else. To kind of keep an eye out for any trouble, and then we are moving as fast as we can all travel.
Yeah, how's Vandil Wallahlah doing with this getaway?
Well, do we think that Vandil might have scooped up Wallahlah to make sure that they don't get into any trouble as we're trying to leave?
I was gonna say that I feel like Wallahlah tried to help with the wood, like reached up on the top of their tippy tendrils and put their feathers up to try and and barely couldn't even touch it, and it was just like thing behind, and so yeah, I feel like Vandal had to scoop them up.
Like that a lot. Just pluck you from the plank and just like a gentle football.
Like a little football.
Just a whole football. Like the football's your baby.
Yeah.
Keeping this baby safe as we run as fast as we physically can.
I'll try to keep my feathers in so they don't cause any drag.
Yeah, for sure. And we see this getaway as they book it towards. You can see the faint silhouette of the wicked wallaby against the burn, and lingering by the doorway is is a figure in a hooded cloak who just stands and watches. And in their fist, you see the sparks of flame begin as they hold, and you see the knuckles kind of turn white. And we cut to present day, present moment, where you're in the Wicked Wallaby, and you're being pursued.
What did we ever do with that piece of wood, Captain?
We sold it for a great sum.
Good.
Really, really good sum.
So we could just simply tell them it's not on ship.
I don't
we
think that's gonna make it better.
we agree. We worry that they will just fire upon us out of pure unbridled rage, as we would too. We understand.
Sometimes I've found that being quieter and just not saying anything at all is better. Not always, but sometimes.
Just making yourself small? Like a tiny, quiet nothing?
Yes, well, statistically speaking, you are more likely to attract attention and therefore, in this case, negative attention when you speak up. It happens to me a lot. So, I have found if you just don't say anything, so maybe if we just don't say anything to us, they'll forget about that we're even there. That happens to me a lot too.
All right.
So we'll look at like Valla and Vandil like.
I see the point in your logic, Wallahlah. I will now concentrate on getting us out of here.
We're gonna have to talk about all of that when we're not getting chased down by an enemy vessel.
That's great. We're gonna hang out and talk more? That's just like me and Valla did some bonding. This will be great. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Can't wait to hear all about it.
This is my
All right. So, we're gonna learn combat, everybody. That's gonna be fun. Basics of combat is that it happens in 3 phases. The first phase is where I, as a GM, declare the actions of any enemies. Within spaceship combat, this takes the form of your MI, in this case Max, informing you what the enemies are planning to do. The next phase then goes into what the players do in return. And so this is fairly free form, upon which everybody gets a turn to react to what goes on and what's planned for the enemies. And so this includes, within spaceship combat, doing whether piloting the ship, or using any of the modules, so that can include the turrets, or any of the other materials in here, including like the engines, if you want to mess around with the engines to maybe make things go faster. Or you can also connect in with the MI through the MI jack, upon which you would be working with Max and helping Max out, which is very useful when Max gets injured, as the MI health goes down potentially throughout this combat. After all of that goes on, after everyone has their turn, then we resolve what the enemies actually end up doing, whether they're still available or around, to do what they were planning to do in the first place. So that's kind of how that goes. I hope that you can see the Wicked Wallaby.
Would you like to see it? There it is.
There it is.
Hey.
All right, so everybody is in the ship right now, and you also note that there are different zones within here, which dictate how far away people are from you. And certain things can only go certain distances, for example. And you'll note that there's a fun breacher token in the bottom corner, which represents your your good old daylight pals, who
Oh, there it
are
is.
headed towards y'all.
Oh,
Hi. Hi.
Cool.
There
Cool,
it is.
cool.
I'm gonna get
Did
away
not
from
say.
that. I don't need
I
to see
remember
that.
looking at that last week, and it wasn't as scary when it wasn't on the board.
Right. It's there now. Yeah. So you'll note that there's a few things here. We've got the cockpit.
Oh my
which
goodness. Sorry,
What?
somebody just donated to the Tiltify campaign for code 2040. They donated $100.
Holy shit!
Oh shit!
Thank
Who
you.
are you?
Thank you very much.
Stranger.
Thank you again. Again, all of that money goes to a great nonprofit. We appreciate your support.
Anonymous.
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 Gasp. Well, that triggers a couple things, which is incredible. First, we get to do our complication in the story, which I know exactly what I'm going to do for that.
Oh no.
Oh, good. What a perfect time to do good. Yay.
So, thank you for that. And we have unlocked our giveaway.
A giveaway.
Burn Bryte set. So, we will be setting that up real shortly.
Yeah, you would think that somebody
I
would have
thought I
been
set that up.
prepared to do that.
Whoops. We'll grab that real quick. But
Oh,
we weren't expecting to get that all in one.
Listen, we
chunk.
expect nothing,
We
okay?
expect-
We expect nothing.
So, well, Lauren does that real quick.
So quick.
So yeah, so thank you very much, everybody, for that. And we'll be seeing those effects in real soon. But yeah, so basically, this is what the ship is like. And yeah, you caught us off guard. Whoops.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. We got it now.
There's a giveaway. It's exclamation giveaway in chat.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I see anonymous.
I see anonymous. I don't know. I don't know. This is good. I feel less worried now.
You know,
Everyone's less worried, right?
Totally less worried.
everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, totally
Good,
distracted
good.
from the fact that there's a ship on your ass right now. Or
Good.
soon to be, at least.
That's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
This has all been part of my master plan.
Basically, upon the ship, we got a few things. There's the cockpit, upon which Valla has to be in order to pilot the ship.
Yeah, because we didn't get the cockpit thing. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Max,
It's on-
I think
Max.
we ran out of money.
Yeah, you
We
did run
were
out of
very
money.
broke by that point.
Max is technically the autopilot of the ship, but they can't do anything super complex, which is why for combat situations you need an actual pilot to be involved. So there's that. We've got the 2 gun turrets. This one is the rotating one, so this one can swivel at those this whole point here, and then you've got the fixed one over here. So you've got 2 guns over there. We've got our engine rooms back here, so that's room A and B, which again you can fiddle around with the engines to fix or boost or whatever else you would like to do there. And we've got our MI jack station, and this is where you can connect in to the MI, connect in with Max, and enter MI space, upon which you get to hang out with Max in their fun metaphysical zone. That's kind of a mental space, kind of not a mental space. It's interesting. So, as the Wicked Wallaby takes off into space towards exiting the orbit of Cyprit, with this breacher hot on their tail.
Mm-hmm.
This breacher right now, you hear Max kind of pipe up. Valla, you should know that this particular one is going to be shooting at us in the next T-10 seconds.
Oh, that is so helpful, Max. Thank you. That's great. That's great.
We
Hey,
want to fire back. We have guns.
We want to fire back. We have guns.
yes, Captain. Okay, and so that's basically your move, right?
That's my move. That's me
Okay.
declaring what the intention of the enemies are gonna do.
Ah,
So, phase 2. Basically, any of you can take your turn whenever you want. Within this phase, you can only take one turn. Upon which you get to tell me what kind of thing you're aiming to do, whether that is to get some knowledge about what's going on, or to create an advantage, or whether it's to, react, whether that's by firing back or maneuvering, piloting,
Ooh, yeah, I love that.
or anything else like that, or reacting to any damage that's happened to the ship. Basically, whatever you feel like you need to do right now, in response to you are going to get fired upon by
Great. I
this
love
creature.
I love being fired upon. So I think what I would like to figure out that I think might help us is what kind of turrets they have, because if they're, like what position, like do they have the rotating one or something like that, so I can then make a maneuver that I know will be difficult for them to shoot at us in. Like maybe if like ducking under, they won't be able to follow us, something like that.
Totally, that totally makes sense. So your turn can have many actions in it
Right.
until you fail, essentially.
Right, love that.
But each action you take in a turn will escalate in difficulty.
Right.
So we always start with a difficulty 2, and then the next
Yes.
action will be a difficulty 3, and the next action will be
Right.
difficulty 4, and your turn ends when you decide to end it or when you fail. And also, with failing in combat,
Good. Yes.
there's 2 different outcomes here.
Uh-huh.
Either we do a failure prompt, which we've seen before, something
Yes.
happens as a direct consequence of your failure, or I decide that you give me what's called a collapse point, which is essentially something that I can use to trigger something special, a special ability or something else for this ship, or for the enemies in response. So be careful about how far you push yourself, because you could just end up giving me a lot of collapse points to work with.
Good.
We want you to have fun too.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah,
I don't roll anything.
Yes.
GM's still a player.
Yeah,
Yes.
GM still get to have
Kienna
fun.
should have
We'll give you
fun
some chances.
by giving us everything we want.
Mhm.
right. No, yeah. So I don't roll at all. As the enemies, at least. If you had allies, I'd be rolling for them, but
Right.
these enemies just do what they do, as long as you let them, or don't respond in turn. So, if you want to get some information on the turrets
Yes.
here, please. What type of roll would you like to make here?
That's a great question. I would probably think something like knowledge or engineering.
Yeah, either of those work for me.
Okay, I'll make an engineering roll then.
Okay, so that's going to be a difficulty 2, because your first act.
Yay!
That's a pass. All right.
And I get to mark off another die.
Hell yeah, you do. All right. So these breachers, for anybody who can't, well, for anybody who wasn't here last time, or if you just want a refresher, breachers are very large ships. And the whole thing is that they can carry several people at once, same way that the Wicked Wallaby is a transport ship and can carry several people at once. However, the breacher is not so innocuous in its purpose. Rather, the breacher is very much meant for breaching other ships, as per its name. So the ship is equipped with laser swords on the front of it, which you
So
can kind of
rude.
see that curved part at the front.
Yeah, let me go back over there. Isn't there's a command. There's a beautiful Roll20 command that I sometimes remember. Oh, it's like shift. Maybe I can't do it because I'm a player. Dang it. Well, I'll get it anyway. Just you wait. Good. I'm glad it has laser swords. I'll even zoom in for you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Definitely has that laser
sexy.
sword. And so their modus operandi here is to cut holes into the side of other spaceships,
Oh.
duck there, and then send in a boarding party.
How fun for us.
It says party. That means it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
right?
it's a boarding party. Okay, so I can assume that.
So they do have that.
Right.
However, they also do have long-range lasers.
Oh, good.
Because of course they do.
Of course
they gotta.
do. Why not?
Ship modules. Let's check that real quick. What those lasers are like. Oh, so new music, because I finally got to throw some new music.
So here for it. We're just gonna be
yeah.
dancing.
It's like a laser dance party. Like
Yes!
it's
Pew pew! Pew pew that way! Maneuver left, maneuver right.
Right, that's exactly what I wanted with this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, these two, this breacher, would have two fixed turrets. So kind of positioned similarly to your ship.
Okay.
Except a little more to the side, as if to protect itself. So not quite, still close to the front of it, but more on.
So would it make sense to go above them, like to do a little like backflip?
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
Cool.
You do not want to be on the same level as this,
Right.
because
Yeah.
its modus is to try to stab you.
Yeah, and like go in like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna like backflip on top of it to just avoid that initial thing, and hopefully avoid the lasers. Sweet.
All right. Cool. So, what would you like to do that piloting maneuver there?
That's a good question. So my turn ends
when you decide it ends, or when you fail a roll.
And are there any more turns?
Everyone else gets a turn.
Okay.
Do we go one at a time?
Yeah. So we have to resolve everything that Lauren does, and then we can do it later.
Okay.
She's done it later. Okay. I needed to do it after I had an advance. That's an advantage, but I'll do that later. Maybe if we live. Okay.
The maneuvering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yeah.
I mean,
what
we want to fire weapons. We would love if you could get us into a position that we would be able to do such.
Yeah.
And I'll make little shooting motions with my bugs all arranged.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure what piloting is in this, which is great. I guess it's whatever I say it is.
It's whatever you can argue it is.
Yeah, so can we keep it in engineering? Does that make sense?
I think so, because this is knowing your ship, and
Right.
this is being able to work it. So
Okay.
I would say so.
Is that complexity
So
3
this is
then?
going to be a difficulty 3 now, because it's your second
Oh
time.
my god.
Oh, that's a fail. Damn.
Oof, that's a fail.
The RNG on this game doesn't like me.
No, it did not. Okay. Let's do a failure prompt here. We'll see what that leads
Great.
to. Something jams. Awesome. Love that
Wonderful.
for me. Okay. So as you start to do this maneuver, to get up on top and also maneuver the weapons into place, you start to go that way, and you're kind of about halfway through. So for the rest of you, you're still fixed in gravity, but you can see the wicked wallaby had banked steeply off to the side, upon which you see you hear a sound in the engine room as something isn't liking this.
I cry out, Wallahlah! The engines!
Huh? Oh no, what's happening? Can I go do an engineering check?
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Do an
right.
engineering check for a different reason, but I love that you did it.
Oh no.
Oh, and with that knowledge that you did get, that would put one advantage into the
Okay,
pool,
great.
by
Cool,
the way.
cool, because
Um,
I will need that.
Yeah, so
Where
you
is
got
that
you.
tracked?
That's I will just put that down somewhere.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
do-
sure if there was something like that was.
Could probably
I-
put it in the turn tracker.
Oh yes, that would
I
be
might try
the
it.
smart thing to do.
I'll try
Big
it.
fan, big
Uh,
fan.
This would be advantages, and we get one. Me just learning how this works.
Learn together. That's how we do it.
Yep.
So they're in our far aft starboard zone.
Yes.
So
I'm
they're
trying to match all
still.
these words together. I love that it has like the different ship area names.
Yeah, so they're starboard far zone current. Like they're kind of in that in between of aft and starboard
Yeah.
right now. As they're heading your way. So they're in that diagonal.
Okay.
Cool.
I hope the turn order thing popped up.
Yeah,
No,
it did.
I
Yeah.
can see
Oh,
it.
did it?
Good.
Yeah, I can handle it too if you need.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got it. One.
One advantage.
Yep.
And remember, you only have maximum 2 that you
Yep.
can have because of your ship.
Mm.
So please use those.
Cool.
All right. So, Wallahlah, you are going to do a thingy to help fix the ship.
I was asked to do so, so I'm gonna try.
All right. So we'll move you down to this engine room. And
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
And then, engineering.
yep, engineering, difficulty 2 because it's your first action in your turn.
So,
Yeah!
this is not my
Nice.
best. This is not my best one.
Hell yeah, but you managed to do it anyways. So, as you get into the engineering room, you can immediately see what the problem is. I think you see somewhere in the shift of the ship, a couple of the machinery had managed to like kind of mesh itself together, upon which the gears have kind of stuck to itself. And so you can immediately see where it is and how it can be pried apart.
Okay.
So that's no problem there.
Okay, I think I got it. And just tendrils are flying quickly, like just moving. All right. You know what? Since I'm here, since I'm already here and I'm already like engineering, did I hear Max say that it's gonna hit us in a minute or 2 or something?
Yeah, it says in like 10 seconds. It's gonna be on your ass, right?
Can I check the shields? Like, are we able to have shields up and shoot out or
We
no?
do have shields, don't
You
we?
do have shields.
so.
That's the thing we spent our money on.
Yes.
Wow.
So the Wicked Wallaby has 1 shield charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means that it can take 1 thing of damage before it starts actually getting into the MI damage there.
Okay.
So you are pretty solid with that.
Such a jam.
Okay. I just want to be since I was asked to go here and things are happening that make me have to do stuff here. I want to stay here and support if Valla yells at me and if anything happens with our shield or computers. So
Perfect.
this is where I feel good.
Mm.
Like I actually like reach out with my tentacles and secure myself in place. I grab with my feathers up top, and I like just stick myself in space, like ready to get thrown around if need be.
Perfect. I love this. All right.
Okay.
Who wants to go
Um,
next?
So I'm at the starboard gun, but it's fixed, right?
Correct.
So I cannot fire it at them?
The way that things are banking right now, it really did. If you wanted, so let's go back. Valla, which direction were you going when Zev'xo told you, "Hey, get us into line for fire"?
This spatial stuff is not my expertise.
That's
but
totally
if they
fine.
were here, we were going like this.
Yeah, so you're going backwards.
Yeah.
And
So the
like kind of a loop.
so our turrets would be here. So
Yeah.
it should work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say because of the advantage and everything, you could pull this off. You could try shooting at this.
Yeah, let's try doing a shoot.
Doing a shoot.
Doing a shoot.
Doing a little shoot.
I'm gonna say that's a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yep, that feels right to me.
Okay, complexity 2. Hold on, I don't have my sheet big enough to hit the roll button. There we go.
Hey, nice.
Hey!
All right. So, with this, what does it look like as you fire into this breacher?
All right. So you remember in A New Hope when like Shui's on the guns?
Yes.
It looks like that,
Yes!
except a cat with a very fluffy tail that is entirely fluffed out because tension.
Love
it.
Oh, those are so cute.
Okay.
Oh, in a three-piece suit.
In a three-piece
Cat in a
suit.
three-piece suit, but fluffed out tail.
Perfect. Oh, right. So as you do this, you see the fur right into this hole of the breacher, and you can see this sizable dent into its hull. Not enough to really slow it down at this point, but you have made damage to it.
Yes.
So that's certainly a thing. Is there anything else you would like to do on this turn, Vandil?
No, I'll let the wicked wallaby themselves take a turn, because I would just want to fire the guns again.
Hell yeah! All right, Zev'xo. You've got the pivot turret here. You've got
Yeah.
a much better view and
do.
range here. So what would you like to do? I'm gonna guess hit.
We want to fire with all of the might behind this bullet, behind
Oh,
this
yeah.
turret. We are very familiar. We've sat at this seat many a time, and we know just the trigger, just the pressure that we must apply.
Hell yeah! All right, so go ahead and do that shooty shoot.
We decided ranged.
Ranged weapon makes sense unless you have something else you'd like to argue for.
We don't think so.
Okay.
And if
Go
we
peachy.
recall, I just hit range complexity 2 and then
Yep.
roll.
Ooh.
We we are a little rusty.
I'm going to remind you that you do have advantage, and this is something you can apply to afterwards.
We would like to take it.
Yeah.
Okay, re-roll one of those d4s and see if you get something that's not a 3.
How do I go about rolling?
Just roll /R
Okay, yeah, the
space
classic
24, and we'll just see if it's a 3 or not, and that will tell us what we've got there.
Woo!
Okay, you
Yay!
succeeded. What does it look like as you just skirt past this failure?
We had started to fire and it was shooting. However, we are still trying to adjust to Valla's wild way of piloting the ship.
Mm.
When Max and I were but solo travelers, not smugglers or pirates. Max was so simple. They were so calm with their maneuvering, and we always just miss the first couple of hits when Valla is just piloting wildly. But we are ultimately successful, hopefully, in breaching their hull at the same spot that Wallahlah had shot.
Hell yeah. So as you do this, you totally pierce right through that spot again, and now you see that there's an actual break in the hull here. It's not a large one, but you can start seeing bits and pieces of debris or detritus that's inside of the ship start to fly out of this as a vacuum and space does its thing.
We are successful!
All right, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
We would also like to try and shoot again.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. This is difficulty 3 now.
Question though, so I have to mark the dice that I used in
Yes,
my.
correct.
Okay, so before I continue, let me do that. So I guess silly question then. So because like I'd used a D4 for my ranged, I can no longer proceed with the skill that utilizes a D4.
No, you can still use it. It just you want to aim for getting as wide a variety as you can, so you can unlock Nova points.
Yep.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, this is really the only move that makes sense, so
Yeah.
let's give it a shot.
Okay.
I mean, we are just on like a fire shooting streak, and like the power is radiating, and like we just want to continue, and we continue.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, it's a difficulty 3 this time.
We fail. Right? 3 and a 1, yeah.
No. So you just
no.
re-roll. Just roll
Oh, you have
another
to
die.
re-roll.
Roll another D4.
Yeah, roll another die.
Yeah.
Ooh,
then it
now that's a
fails.
fail. I'm not gonna do a ship failure prompt. That's gonna become a collapse point for me.
Boo.
As unfortunately, I think this is the point that the ship unjams itself and finishes its arc, and your shot goes wide. Oh right. So you did not manage to completely shake off the breacher, unfortunately. You did manage to damage it, but it's still going to come after you,
Boo.
as that's what they do. And so it is going to make its way from the far zone up into the close zone. Hello.
Oh, good.
Just like that.
And with that, it's going to fire a laser, as it's not quite close enough to do a breach thing yet, especially as you are doing a weird tilt situation, so it just wants to shoot at you. And it does, which takes out the 1 shield charge that the Wicked Wallaby does have. So you see that ripple, Valla, at the front. You see this ripple of the shield as it bounces off this laser and almost dissipates it into blue energy. Before you see the alert on the dashboard as the shield is turned off, and will be down until you're out of combat and can rearm.
Okay. Okay, so that's not something we can fix in combat.
No, that's it's not something that you can. It's basically a charge. Right?
Gotcha.
So it should. All right. So with that, Wicked Wallaby still looking good. It still has full health. And the breacher is right up on there.
Yeah. What does Max have to say?
Max says, "I see what you were doing there. That was a good plan."
Thank you, Max. Okay.
Max is trying to be nice.
Okay.
And with that, I think it's about time for me to throw my next complication, friends.
No.
Thanks for $50
No.
donation.
No.
And
It's for charity. It's for charity.
it's for charity. And as you peer behind in your strange flip back and forward. And actually, with that, I have to shift around where this ship is because you have changed positionings. So you are spatially. I'm trying to figure this out. There you go. So it's there now. And actually in the 4 zone because that's what I said.
Yep.
And our complication is that, hey, there's another one.
No!
Yikes.
Whoop! That ain't good.
What? No. Bad.
Okay, alright.
Hate it.
I have adjusted it so that first one has half health. You managed to get it half to half
Oh,
health.
that's so nice. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
But yeah, there's another one coming now.
Yeah. We are worried.
Okay. So do we do everything over again?
Yep. So I declare the actions and then
Right.
we go again.
Okay.
This is how combat works.
All right. Cool.
All right. So, you hear Max again now, and as they go, well, there is now a second one. I hope you can see that.
Right in my eye zone.
And Max will say, the one that is closest to us appears to be going for the turret there. It appears to be wanting to destroy it with the laser swords. The second one, that's farther away, will probably likely just spend its time trying to catch up and maybe firing at us as well.
Okay.
So to break it down, this one the closest one is going after your turret here. That's in the front. The one that's farther away, it just wants to shoot at you and get closer.
Right.
Okay.
So does someone want to go before me so I can hopefully use my advantage thingy that I have? It's like an ability. Or do we have to go in the same order every time?
I don't.
You can go in any order.
Oh, okay, good.
It has to be.
We don't have an initiative order.
Whew,
Nope.
Good.
And it's really, I encourage y'all to strategize together.
Oh, good.
And figure out all that stuff. Like,
Yes.
All
So,
right.
Okay.
so I had a
What do we
thought.
wanna do?
I had a thought that to kind of maneuver where we're going between them so that the far one starts to shoot at us with our lasers, with its lasers, and hopefully shoots the other one instead. So my idea is to boost our speed, like to route power from something else into our speed.
Well, our shield's down.
Right. Yeah.
Vandil actually has great engineering, but it's a bit of a sprint to the back of the ship.
Yeah. That's true.
yeah, and you actually have movement within you have 5 movement within your thingy. I think you basically have free movement. Let me double check. Let me quickly. Movement. Move the spaceship. No, I know how to move the spaceship.
For each of these little squares, one of the 5?
I believe so.
Dang.
Maybe the big squares.
Oh, maybe the big squares? Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever
Oh.
the grid is. Like when you move your thing, whatever that.
Hey, guess what?
Okay.
What?
We
take that.
raised another $50. for
Oh,
our
shit.
Club 2040.
Thank
Hi.
you, everybody.
Hey.
We've actually hit. That means we've hit the
Yeah.
Roll20 Tiltify campaign goal. So thank you so
Yeah.
much
Wow.
for doing that. We appreciate y'all so much. That is another complication which I'm gonna pocket for now, and maybe it'll show up in the combat maybe later.
Okay.
Cool.
A good plan. A good plan.
Tight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, thank you so much. Of course, please keep donating to this wonderful nonprofit. We'll be upping that goal for next week. We can keep trying to hit those. But let's just deal with the current complication,
Sure,
which
sure.
is there are 2 breacher ships here.
Okay. So
Definitely.
we have the MI Jack. Is this console across from the MI Jack? Anything you can say no. I don't think we bought that upgrade.
It's just another it's just another space for the for another MI Jack station,
Okay.
which you haven't grabbed.
Sorry, that's this one. This is the MI Jack. I'm
The
pinging.
is it the blue
so that's
one or
a-
the colorful one?
So this colorful one right here is the MI
okay, thank
Jack.
you.
This one's just a spare one currently, which can be used for something else later.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gosh,
If
it would
I-
take
if
me
I-
forever to get back to
Well,
any engineering stuff.
Since
I would. No, go ahead. I was gonna say I would love to switch places with you, but our movement seems extremely limited. I tested it.
What I'm thinking is since the fixed turret that Vandil's on doesn't look like it's doing much right now because of the position of the other ships, maybe I could divert power, or someone could divert power from that turret to like our speed or something.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
And that would be an advantage kind of situation there. You're setting up an advantage
Yeah.
for that. I'm gonna say, Vandal, I just checked. You'd be able to get down to the MI Jack station if that's something you want to do, or you could move your way up to the cockpit. I think you have enough room to do that as
Right.
well.
I could join Valla in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Before you start to move, Zev'xo will kind of shout towards Vandil. Vandil, we found something once upon a time, and we found it. We just picked it up off the ground. And I seem to have a vehicle-grade plasma power. Is there more to the word? No, it just says vehicle-grade plasma
Plasma
power.
power cell. Yeah.
Oh, it's a cell, thank you.
Yes.
We
Ooh.
wonder if this would help provide excess energy or power. We don't really know engineering. We just let things explode on their own. We'll hand it to you.
yeah, I guess we can hand it off on the way,
Yeah.
and I'll join Valla up in the cockpit. I need to select this one. Ba-ba-ba.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Basic. Yep. Perfect.
So,
Yeah. So you can you can definitely use this to help power stuff in here.
Yeah.
All right.
So that
who-
would give us an advantage.
Yeah, if you're able to use it and implement it correctly, that would be
Okay.
something too.
Ooh,
Okay, so that's what I want to work on, I guess.
Yeah.
Perfect.
we got you.
Yeah, it's definitely engineering.
All right, yeah. So you get up to the cockpit with this vehicle grade plasma cell.
Probably not
That's
small.
So great. I love it.
We just pull it out of our belly.
Like roughly the same size, right? Just like
All the bugs have to separate to get
We
it
were
out.
saving it for a rainy day.
We believe this is that rainy day. Welcome.
cool. I think like Vandal like throws himself like into the cockpit, maybe like just like underneath to just get right inside, right?
Mhm.
Let's throw this sucker
Yeah.
in there and start working on it. So complexity 2, right?
Yeah, complexity 2 for that first roll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
right.
that hung for a second on this side, and I was very concerned.
I feel it.
Oh, right. So what does it look like as you put in this extra bit of I say extra bit, it's quite a bit of juice to hop into here. It's meant to power the shield generators of like planetary vehicles. Like this is like a
found
hefty
it.
ass power cell.
I think, right, there's just like a cattail sticking out as I'm like underneath, like wiring things, and then all the lights like get really bright for a second in the whole ship.
Wallahlah, I think you in the engineering room notice this the most. I think you hear like this slow hum as it slowly kind of rises in pitch and in speed. As like you see the engines kind of
We're
go.
overclocking these engines.
Yeah, the
Oh,
engines
yeah.
start to go.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
That was me.
Oh,
Alright.
okay, good.
I think Valla opens her mouth. She usually has like really closed lips mouth. She opens her mouth and her fun omnivorous teeth show through with the little like sharp incisors in the gap and like the rest of the normal looking teeth. She's just
Vandal, is there anything else you want to do on your turn before you pass it on to someone else?
I don't know what else to do. on my turn. I guess I'm just gonna hold on really tight.
Yeah.
Because we're about to hit the gas, baby.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. All right.
I'll go.
Cool.
First, I want to use that advantage to do something.
Yes. What would you like? What would you like to do?
I
with
am
your
going
advantage?
to do quick maneuvers. When you are in the cockpit of a ship, you can spend one advantage on your turn to avoid an incoming attack against the ship without needing to make a skill roll. You must spend the advantage before making the skill roll. So I'm going to use that with my extra cool piloting skills to avoid one of these.
Okay.
hits.
Which one would you like to try to avoid?
What do I think's more detrimental? The
breacher, right?
Stabbing.
The breaching
breacher.
is going to absolutely do way more damage.
Yeah.
It is a couple of laser swords, and
Yeah.
it's aiming right for your turret area.
Yeah,
So it'd be-
that's what
yeah.
I'm going to avoid then.
Cool. Awesome.
And then my plan is with this extra juice is to kind of fly, not fly casual, is to fly between the two and hopefully draw the far breacher to fire and get out of the way so that it hits the other one. I'm trying to do one of those things. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be. I'm trying to figure out. I think this is still difficulty 2.
I guess it is.
Technically, your first action.
Yeah. Okay, so engineering.
Yeah.
Pass.
That's a pass.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll resolve that at the end
Sweet.
because that will.
See, I
will
am a
say
good pilot.
It will succeed. This will happen, but we'll narrate that afterwards.
Okay.
Is that all you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, all she's gonna do after that is book it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another action is
Okay.
to kind of
Book it.
to move the ship
Yeah.
basically. So
Same
we'll-
deal.
same deal. Next is
3.
difficulty 3.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pass. Okay.
Huzzah!
You're going to book it. So I'm gonna shift our tokens here to make a little more sense. Where I think this is what's happening here. As you start to move stuff around. So with the booking it, they are basically what happens is they move one zone
Nice.
with every successful movement that you make.
Mhm.
The only way that you truly escape is when they're in the aft zone, and you make a successful roll after that.
Mm.
So they have to get into the farthest zone behind you, and then they have to make
Right.
one more successful roll after that.
So
So basically, with this movement, you are gonna get basically you're gonna get this guy basically all the way here,
oh, that's good.
and you get this one right here, basically.
Nice, and hopefully shooting each other.
Yeah, it will shoot this one. So you, I think, as you do this maneuver, you hear the pew as it hits this other ship, which is looking really bad. It's only got one at this point.
Excellent.
Cool. Do you want to try to
Yeah,
push for
I
another
want to try to
movement?
get more
Do it,
distance.
do it.
Okay, this
So
is going to be
4.
difficult 4.
We support this decision.
Pass!
After pass.
We are impressed.
Yes, we are
All right.
impressed.
So this one, the farthest away from you, is gone. Goodbye. This one, the last remaining one, is now in your aft far zone. Do you want to try to push it again?
I'm getting nods from my captain. I'm
Like me
scared.
behind my little turret, just like my head had to separate from the rest of my body so it can go above the height, and just from there I'm nodding.
Yeah, sure. I'm terrified, but why not?
The
5.
disembodied head.
That is such a cursed
We
image.
want
I
you to
love
do it, isn't it?
Oh, it was
That
close.
That was very,
It
very
was
close.
close.
I'm gonna do a failure prompt because that's more fun right now.
I don't like
shit!
that.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
like
that
that.
applies.
We're gonna X that.
You will X that.
Goodbye. That's X'd out because that
Yes.
makes no sense. You believe a lie.
I believe we're scot-free. It's nowhere. It's not by us. We got out.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
riding high on my self-delusion.
Perfect.
And some very good flying.
That was some very good flying, and I think as that finishes, you hear Max go, "That was impressive."
Thank you, Max.
All right, so that ends your turn.
Yes.
Who would like to go next? And again, anything can help here with getting advantages to get the fuck out. It's my suggestion here.
Run.
We would like to go next, but we worry that our only prowess is in gun shooting.
Yes, it's
Okay, so I guess, is the failure prompt to Valla specific to her? Because, like, if she... Sorry, go ahead.
It's up to you. I can, if you would like it to extend it to you, I'm more than happy to have that extend to you.
Well,
I'll
Valla...
just be like, we lost them, Captain. You're welcome. Over
Oh,
the
wow.
intercom.
We are grateful. We thank you. Okay, so like, yeah, I would get up from like the turret. I would start like walking around. And what can I do to get us? Oh, I know what needs to be done. So just like regular pirate duties. I mean, regular transport duties is to hide your cargo. So in this time of perceived leisure, we would like to take this transportation item. I assume maybe we eventually got it on like a little trolley.
Yeah, so it's in a wagon. Y'all had it on a wagon.
Yes.
That's right.
And remember, this is 7 feet tall. This thing.
We might have to employ Max. We just want to hide it in our we have like a hidden cargo bay.
Yep.
Yes, you do. Actually, I've noted it on your ship. I think it's where did I
Yep.
put it? Yeah, it's in here. That's the hidden.
Ah. We would like to hide our goods.
Cool. Yeah, so you can start going over there and start.
Here's
Yeah.
a question: does the ship
Yeah.
have like windows? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So when Zev'xo walks back there, are they gonna see the ship?
Yeah, I think you get to the lounge, and I think that's what you see. Oh,
Huh,
hey.
they're closer than I thought they were.
Beep on the communication.
Yes.
We have some information to report. We are still under attack. We are still being followed.
That's
Valla,
impossible, Captain. I lost them.
we disagree.
Oh.
Seems like safety wasn't a priority, Valla. We will have a briefing after this.
The fuck? Okay. Good. I'm glad I know.
That is like the biggest, like from the captain. You violated safety
Safety
protocols.
protocols.
That's all they talk about.
That's really it.
Wallahlah and Vandil just like.
Yeah, y'all hear this. You're like,
"Oh,
yikes. like when someone's called
Trouble.
for
Oh,
like
then you
the
do
principal's
something.
office. Like,
Assist me.
okay, Wallahlah, are you the only one who hasn't had a turn yet?
Yeah, since there has been this confusion about like, aren't there people around? Am I able to like from this room with all the computers and everything like that do like, can I do like a perception check to try and do like a scan out like
Yeah,
thing
sure, totally.
Scanners,
to
sensors.
identify like if there's still people here, where they are specifically, what we need to do to get out.
Yeah,
Yep.
totally. For sure.
Awesome.
Can do that.
This is perception, and it's my first one, so it's complexity 2, right?
Yep, complexity 2.
Yes.
Yeah, so you totally pick up on all this. Like you know exactly what's going on. You know that there's a ship that's pretty far away from you, but still within firing range, which is not great. You also again do know that the engines are hella going. They're really powered up right now. And you would also know that this currently it's not routed properly because it's just. If you just plugged in extra power into this and didn't tell it where to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's completely like jerry rigged, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it is so. This ship is so jerry rigged. So it's just like, things are powered up, but maybe not in the most optimal way.
Maybe you could focus it.
Okay. I would like to communicate this to everyone, but I would like to know, and totally feel free to say no to this.
Mhm.
I would like to roll my suave to see how well I can communicate this to the rest of the group.
Yes, I love this so
Not
much.
good.
Don't know how to
Yes.
say no to this.
Ah.
Don't know how to say no to this.
gosh, I wish that song was in such a jam.
This
It
is,
gets me so heated.
yeah, this is the complexity 3 because it's your next action within your turn.
Oh.
Complexity 3 and I only have a
The
D4, so
D4,
there's like
I
a
know.
0% chance of life and
That's
Not
succeeding.
beautiful.
zero, not zero. More than zero.
Extremely low. Let's go.
Okay, here we go.
We're
This is
just
gonna go real
asking for
good.
it. Yeah!
Ah!
That's a success. Okay, yeah. Holy shit.
That's awesome.
I don't want to tell anyone what to do. You are all doing an amazing job, and honestly,
Thank you.
Valla, you got this. But they are still just behind us. They are still planning to attack us,
Oh.
and it would be good if we could concentrate our speed efforts and get out of here, because that is working somewhat well.
Good.
Actually, good job, everyone.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Underneath the console. Pats on the back later.
Perfect. And that does give an advantage into the pool because you're able to transfer that information, get the information and transfer it to everybody else. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that's all I want to do. I'm
Cool.
really happy. Thank you.
Oh, right. No, this was awesome. I loved this. Oh, right. So, we resolve out the enemy's actions, upon which we already know one of them had noped the fuck out, or rather, like, been out-chased. This one has fired, unfortunately, at its ally, and that's resolved out that resolves out this round of combat. And you now hear Max go, well, I think that they are still going to shoot at us, but I'm not sure if they are going to get any closer now that they know that you can maneuver like that. So basically, they're gonna keep pursuing you, but they're hanging back.
That's a
to
problem in
shoot
my
at you.
everyday life, Mix.
Max also just succeeded on their suave roll because that was a good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So would it be advisable to? I'm just going. You know what? We have the advantage there. I'm feeling confident as hell because I got so many successes. It's not like me. So I'm gonna use that advantage to avoid the incoming attack. Again, using quick maneuvers, and then I'm going to just focus on getting us out of here.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So complexity 2, pass. We gone, baby.
Perfect.
Whoosh.
So,
Das vidanya.
so as you just you hear the lasers starting to go past, but you're already maneuvering the ship out of the way, and as you do, you engage in the overpowered engines now, and book your way out of there and out of combat.
Teamwork. The
It's the dream
teamwork.
work.
And now it's just chill time.
Just chill space music time.
Yes.
Oh, Then I think if we're safely out of range, I'm going to remove this extra plasma cell before something overloads.
We think that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
We commend that choice.
All right. So, Max says, would you like me to take over piloting?
Sure, I could use
You
it.
are supposed to have a briefing with the captain now, and I do not think you can pilot and also have a briefing.
You would be amazed at my ability to multitask, Max.
Multitasking is not great when you
All
are
right,
piloting.
Max. I'm going. I'm gone. I couldn't find Zev'xo.
All right. I mean, Zev'xo, if they haven't moved, is still chilling kind of by the lounge.
We're wandering away a bit. They want to go. The briefing. Are you? Yeah, you are coming towards me. Yeah, you did. Oh, look at the little icons.
We're so cute.
So cute.
I know. We greet you and we express our great disappointment. Why? Why would you lie?
So I think Valla is trying right now to not look utterly crushed. So can I roll swap
Yes.
to try to
God.
hold it together? Or I don't know if perform either one of those. Can I do one of those, Kienna? What, you're
Kienna, you're
muted?
very
Yeah,
muted.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
If you would like to.
Sure, let's try. What complexity do you think that is?
Ooh.
Like,
I might leave this to Zev'xo to kind of figure out, like, how easily swayed are they in terms of conversation.
Relatively easily. I mean, we have a rather simple-minded purpose, but we work very hard to cover that up with the veneer of safety. So we are merely performing, truthfully.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is just a difficulty too. That, like,
okay, well, I could still fail it.
it's-
Yep. Just gotta take that Nova point and be happy with my failure.
Well,
We are so disappointed.
It's understandable, Captain. I made a technical error in judgment. To be fair, Vandil's tail kept grazing me, and that was very distracting. They were
We
under
were-
the cockpit doing things, and I wasn't sure what was going on.
We think that sounds like excuses. And we want to impress upon you that had they fired and breached our ship, then Wallahlah would have been the worst, would have been the first to go flying out, and they are the most important member on our crew. They are why we are able to make so much good engineering choices.
Yes, Captain, it was definitely their idea to do that. They are very valuable, and I will try to be more like them in future.
We are grateful. We thank you. Now, we would love if you would move, as punishment, would you move the cargo into our secret cargo hold?
Yes, Captain.
We thank you. We will go nap.
Good, because I'm going to check off pain brings clarity as I do this mindless physical task.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
damn, enlightenment is a hell of a
It's a
story
great
path.
story path.
Your story path is going so good.
Wow.
So fast.
Enlightenment is a hell of a drug. What do I want to do?
So, Valla, are you putting away this 7-foot tall
Yes,
device?
and then I may do something else, but you should cut away from me for now.
Okay. What's Vandil up to? I think you saw this conversation. Did you overhear this conversation, purposely or not purposely?
I think Vandil like unplugged the power cell and was gonna bring it back to Zev'xo. It was just like, hold on, I can do this. It was just like standing like right here, just like.
Definitely not awkward at all. You just hang out in the kitchen, just like, just grabbing a drink.
You know, oh, I got the power cell. My fluffy tail.
It was tickling me. Move things with head down.
All right.
Oh.
So Vandil, you overheard some of that conversation.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Zev'xo, we didn't use the entire power cell, so I'm gonna return this to you.
Ah, we are excited to get this back. We really didn't know what it was for, but we are happy. We wonder if we should keep that near the cockpit.
I think we might want to just see if we could make something a little more permanent to plug these into for emergency use.
We wonder, would that be a task, a project for you and Wallahlah?
We could look into it.
We have no idea what to do about that. We mostly took it because it looked expensive.
It probably was.
Excellent.
Just give 2 thumbs up and start walking towards Wallahlah.
We will be napping. Bye.
Bye.
What's Wallahlah up to? Post battle.
Trying to get the shields back up.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can definitely take some time to do this. As a Vandil, you walk in. See Wallahlah just with their many tendrils across the many. Once was recognizable to be like standard engine room, and is no longer standard engine room.
It had inefficiencies. You are so amazing. I actually look at this,
And I like flip myself sideways. I'm like holding by my feathers onto like the side, and then I flip up my smart slab at you and I show you photos of yourself.
I had Cam go up and get photos of your epic moment because it was so good.
No.
You and Valla were like pew pew, bam bam, like it was so cool.
I don't know if cats can visibly blush, honestly.
Up to
I
you.
really like this one. Your tail is really puffy. It looks cool.
It puffs under stress.
Oh,
But it's okay. I'm glad we got out of that alive, and I'm glad I looked cool.
you did. And I mean, if anything, the fact that your body responded to stress means that you were in the correct mindset for the moment. So I think that's a really good response, sort of mechanism.
It does work as intended. I guess 2 things. First thing, maybe we should build some sort of engine booster for emergencies so that I don't distract anyone with my fluffy tail.
Do you say that really loud? Because I mean, if we're looking at the map, it's not too far from the cargo pit where we are right now.
Really loud and specifically in that direction, and I turn back to look at you.
Nice. Save their asses, and I will just repeat that in slow motion in my Lauren's head. Them.
I poke my head out of the engineering room as if we're talking in that direction now, and I'm like, yes, I think that would be a great idea because Valla does really cool things, but if we could do it in a safer fashion, the captain would really like that.
Yeah, we're all about safety. The second thing is, this sort of thing doesn't come naturally to me, but do you often feel like you are small and overlooked?
Oh, I don't know if I feel small and not in proportion to my size. I mean, I am small. I'm rather brightly colored compared to some other sentient creatures, though, so I think that sometimes puts eyes on me. However, you see, it's just that it is a bit known that, those of us in the, Telemo family do tend to speak too much and say not the most intelligent things sometimes. So that has gotten me in trouble. That's all I was indicating.
Okay, because we're part of this crew, and I care about your health and well-being, even like
I care about your health and well-being too.
Well-being. Cool. I think the tail is slowly getting fluffier as we keep going. I just, if you ever feel like I've done something that hurts your feelings or something, I don't want to do that, so let me know so I can not do that in the future.
Oh no, never. I don't really recognize anyone on this ship as having done anything intentionally off-putting to me. Not that I recognize. If someone did do it, if you want to tell me, that would probably be helpful. But not that I've noticed.
No, this isn't something for me to tell you how to feel. It's for you to tell me how you feel, so I can take your feelings into account properly. Like self-reporting information. So you have that extra data set. Yeah.
I will pay closer to attention to that in the future. Thank you.
Good talk.
Thanks. Yeah, we did talk good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go think about engine booster plans.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I could definitely use some help with that, because while I am very good with computers, the actual tactile engineering aspect is not always my best.
That's why you have me.
Exactly. We have complementary skill sets.
Exactly. Like a good team.
Yes, a good team.
Cool. Like intentionally like pulling the tail up, so like now that I already pointed out the stress indicator, it's not visible. I'm just backing out into the lounge.
Just like grab it and just kind of like tuck it into the jacket of your suit.
Yeah, just tucking it in a little bit.
All right.
Good talk. Thank you.
Good talk. I feel like we've made progress.
Yes, we have also bonded, like me and Valla.
It's good. It's good to bond with your teammates.
Yes.
And speaking of Valla, I'm real
What?
curious. What's going on over there?
I wasn't just private messaging you or anything. Okay. So, Valla spends a lot of time in there, like just like organizing things, like anything big in there.
Zev'xo, what's in your secret cargo hold right now? What's in there?
I think there's a statue that we took on a planet. It was a really pretty statue. It didn't have any plaques, so I didn't feel guilty that it was like a memorial or something of significance. It was just like a statue somebody would have on their front lawn, the kind that you take. There's a chest of trinkets Really a chest of shinies. Some valuable. We've appraised quite a few of them. Nothing's really come through as incredibly successful, but I would like to keep it for other purposes. And I think there is a shelf, like a display case of like my favorite or of our favorite items, like a vase. There's a feather duster. Gosh, something from our home planet that we would have found perhaps on another planet, like I don't know what would be on a bug planet. A tree piece. It's just like a stick, but it is my most valuable piece, and it's definitely probably like the center of this display case.
Awesome. Love that.
So Valla's like moving the statue to different positions, just like kind of doing this mindless physical task, so she can decide what she's gonna do about the thing under the tarp. And it's she probably needs to monologue a little. I think yeah. I think as she's pacing, you know, I don't like that you're on my ship. I mean, Zev'xo's ship. You know that? I don't like it. Your presence is unwelcome because you make me feel funny things in my tummy, and not in the good way, like when I'm, you know, hanging out with a close friend or whatever. Don't worry about it. Don't ask me about it. I don't know anything about that yet. You weren't asking me. You are not sentient. But anyway, I think you pose a threat, like a galaxy-wide threat. But also, if we lose you, then maybe it's not so good for the people on that planet we left. That would be bad if losing you meant that we got to them in trouble. That would be bad. But also you falling into wrong hands would also be very bad. So it's a conundrum. The captain wants profit. Vandil wants moral immunity, maybe? I'm not so sure about that. Vandil confuses me in many ways. And Valla's cheeks glow a little. And I think Wallahlah is just interested from a scientific standpoint. So I think the only good thing to do in this case is either to follow my instincts or follow orders. And I choose. I'm gonna cut it up with my laser sword.
Ah! No!
I don't even think about it. Wait. Or do I? Oh, this is so, I whoosh out my laser sword, which is not a lightsaber, but it makes the same sound, and I hold it up. The captain's going to be so mad at me. And then I cut it up.
Unfortunately, I don't think you put any thought into silencing any of this.
Thought? No! Not thought!
The laser sword itself, when it cuts into things, it's fairly quiet because of the fact that it's a laser sword, and it kind of just goes through things.
You mean when it all starts tumbling down?
Yeah, that's when it gets noisy.
Can I try to catch it? Oh.
God, please make me a difficulty check of I'm gonna say 3.
Okay.
I'll be merciful.
I failed it.
Yeah.
I failed it.
I don't think I need to roll the failure prompt for
Nope.
y'all to hear crashing sounds of metal in the secret cargo hold.
I think if I was laying down wherever I sleep, I bolt upright. We sense a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, I definitely think Vandil doesn't turn around because I was still fading backwards. Starts running forward. Check out this noise.
Can I hide?
Where?
Can you hide?
Behind the statue?
Hmm.
Under the tarp? Can I gather everything?
Yes, you can absolutely get on.
What's left of the tarp?
Oh,
You
right.
cut through the tarp? So it's the tarp. Are you holding?
Or did you
one piece of
take it
tarp
off?
with
I mean,
the-
I don't know
I
if it
I
was.
definitely took it off.
Okay.
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 So are you under the tarp?
Yep.
Are you
Trying-
standing?
I'm mimicking the position that it was in before.
I mean, Vandal would get there first.
Yeah. Valla, where are you? Are you okay?
Vandal. If it's just Vandal. Vandal. Distract the captain. Don't let them come in here. Please.
Is there a door that has like a lock to the cargo hold?
Say yes. It's a secret
Yeah, so
vault.
So it is it's a secret hatch and everything.
Okay, then I'm gonna close it and like jam it for a second.
So I just get there and I try to open it. And just like,
It won't open. Valla,
what?
what the fuck?
Vandal, I accidentally lost control of my laser sword. And I did. I was, practicing because I thought, I could really impress the captain if I practiced really hard with my laser sword, and it just kind of got away from me.
Mine was really impressive. What did you do?
Oh,
I'm talking to a tarp right
Yep.
now with like a glow behind it.
Yes. Oh, I might have cut through the portal device.
What about? Shit, it's not Limerick. Lamerick. Yeah. Lamerick's dead.
Right. So I
Community.
yeah.
And
I kind
how
of.
are they gonna get off?
Well, don't worry about it because I told them to say that we stole it.
What? Why us? The daylight was right there. Also, how does that solve their debt problem?
Because they won't be blamed. Because some really cool superhero came and took it away, and that's what I told them to say. And I bet it's going to be really convincing.
Corporations don't just absolve people of debt because things get stolen.
Right, but they need them to finish it.
Can't be finished if it's stolen.
They could make it. They could get it back so she can finish it. You see, this is very.
You
all
put a
very-
target on us,
Yep.
and then you broke the thing.
Yep. It could, if we really need it back, I guess Wallahlah could probably fix it.
What if we had conversations about this before you practice your sword skills right next to the incredibly important and hard to replace object that now we stole instead of just making it. You're telling the captain yourself.
Going to take an escape pod is more like it.
You can still have like the
don't have any.
handle.
Vandal, do you open up the hatch?
1 second. Seriously, like, I understand you have really strong feelings about this, but this is a team. We work together as a team. We're in this together.
But what if the team captain doesn't have the best of intentions?
Well, your actions don't just affect you.
Yes, I know. That's the point, Vandil.
I'm not sure what you mean, actually.
Like the far-reaching, and the arms under the tarp. Vandil, please just lie for me, please, please, please.
Now you're asking me to do something immoral to cover up your
Vandil,
moral act.
Vandil, you don't give a damn about morals.
But you give a damn about morals, and you should be more
Yes.
consistent.
Again, it's the greater good.
Who's greater good?
Fine. If you don't want to help me, I will just get off at the next planet, and you will never see me again.
That's not what I want. I just want to discuss these things before you make decisions. So that we can talk out all the angles and then make a decision together, and not just you make a decision and then we all get dragged into your decision.
Yep. That's fair.
I'm gonna take the tarp off.
Just like blushing shame.
Look, we've been through a lot in this past year. And I need to know you have my back. And you're not just gonna go do reckless things.
I do have your back.
Okay, then I will stand with you while you explain this to the captain.
Great.
I'm gonna open the
Mhm.
hatch.
It's just a bunch of confused bugs standing overhead. We greet you?
Oh, good evening, Captain.
How has the moving of the goods been going, we ask?
Oh, it was going really well. Until, don't bring Max into this. Don't do it. She'll tell on you. They'll rat you out. It was going really good, but I think there might have been some turbulence, maybe a subspace anomaly, and I was in here practicing and, well, not moving things, and my laser sword, it went off, and I thought it was going to cut me, so I threw it away, and I'm so good at throwing things that it just...
It cut
device.
several times into this machine.
Yeah, and it just... I think it might be malfunctioning. I will have Wallahlah take a look at it. They don't have ears, but if they did, they just have holes.
The holes are so hot right now.
Yep.
You just hear a bunch of agitated buzzing. And we kind of undulate a little bit, losing our wallaby shape, and then we go back. And then we raise our little tiny arm up. I don't know if even quite, it probably just touches our chin. We wonder, would you be able to cut the machine into various parts, and we will sell off each part to different corporations, and then we can absolutely profit off this much more. Valla, your brilliance never stops to astound me.
Yes, Captain, whatever you say.
We are grateful for you. Please, we would like for you to join us in the kitchen. We think you have done enough work. We thank you.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
We admire your brightness this evening.
Oh, thank you. It's all the light that goes to my cheeks when I am flushed.
Ah. We aren't sure we've seen that, but we appreciate it.
All right. So y'all head up and out of the secret cargo hold and to the kitchen. But before we do that, before we finish out, Wallahlah, you're hanging out. You're by all the terminal. Where are you exactly now?
I was actually gonna say that I like stepped away from this because this is something that I needed to take time to do with Vandil later.
Yeah.
And I was gonna like realize I haven't gotten to put my new object down into my lab yet. And I was gonna go, like, the only reason I didn't come over to this like whole bananas situation that was happening is because I was playing with my new space object.
Yeah, so I'm going to assume, just because of the way the ship is set up, that you've converted part of your living quarters into a lab because you don't need that much space.
Oh no,
as a small.
I am very small, and I could fit into the corner. I could go right up there and just attach myself to the ceiling if I really wanted.
Yeah, so you definitely converted some of this into your like space, as you're taking away at your fun little orb, this black, seemingly black, and again filled what you think is this oily liquid inside. Though again, it does react every time you touch it or you prod it, or you see it. It kind of does that moving into the center of this orb and pulsing as it reacts. What are you trying to do here? You just experimenting with it? You trying to get specific information of it? What's going on?
Well, because we specifically have now discovered that location in that lab was dealing with teleportation technologies, I am in fact sticking it into like a rig, and like Cam is taking photos of it from all different areas. Like, Cam, did you get that? Yeah, okay, great. And then I'm definitely like, I'm probably bringing different objects over to like different, like, I think I have different like sensors of different material to be like, how does it react to metal? How does it react to things? Like, I'm trying to like I am trial and erroring this.
Okay, so are you just grabbing a bunch of materials and trying to and like basically
and then analyzing how it reacts to see. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So you do this over a period of time, and you watch as, you know, again, every time that it touches to something, that liquid in the center seems to react, again, kind of in that magnetic liquid way, where it kind of like falls into itself and then spikes out in different patterns as you know, touch metal, you touch wood, you touch plastics to it. It seems to be more responding to the tactile sense of it, although there are slight variations with each material that you put to it. And you get to a point where you have kind of on your list of things, you've really just got like stuff like plasma left for you. Which you can give it a go. You can try that. And
I do have some extra plasma because
you have a power cell, right?
I have 4 plasma power cells. The power cells, the small ones that are for doing shields, like personal shields.
Sure, okay.
Not like big ones that some people have.
Yeah, you have the personal shield one. So yeah. So as you start to bring this one up to the orb. As you start, even before you touch it, it reacts, again, contracting in on itself. But instead of pulsing out into spikes as it had before, this time it, again, sends out that resonant sound once more. And before it had just been like as if it was a chime, the one single sustained note. This time, though, there is a shift in a modulation in the pitch. And it's almost like humming at this point. Not quite as patterned as a song, but almost you kind of hear it now actually start and stop too, like there's now breaks in it, as if it's talking without words.
I'm gonna, well, because it did like such an unusual pitch and stuff like that, I'm going to, without touching it, I'm gonna spread my feathers all around it. And then I'm gonna use my echolocate and just like chime at it, kind of how it just like chimed, like, and see if it does anything to that.
As you chime back at it, like the last time that you did echolocation, it resonates back at you. But as you have the power cell close by, again you hear that modulation in the pitch a little clearer now. There's still no real recognizable words, but you can feel the power cell itself in your hands start to get warmer.
Okay, well, Cam, make sure you're recording because this could go very badly. And I put the power cell into the ball, even though I feel like this could go very bad. But I'm gonna hang on. I like close the door so if anything happens to me, it doesn't go out. and then I like make my little feather barrier again, and I'm like, Cam, record this for prosperity. Boom, and then try and see if anything happens.
So you touch it again, and that resonance is now almost in your ears, or in your head. It's so loud and clear, and again, it pitches and stops and stutters, and then you start to hear words from it, snippets, and you recognize this voice, because it is the voices of everybody on the ship. But not just any of their voices. Valla, Vandil, Zev'xo, what are you thinking right now?
Oh boy. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked.
Oh my god, I'm so lucky the captain bought that. I need to make up for this.
The thoughts of Zev'xo, they are like 10,000 thoughts over top of each other. So it might be the most difficult to interpret, but if you kind of listen long enough, you can hear the echoes of the words that they are saying, and it's just like, we will profit a lot. Wow, we wonder how much argent we could make from so many transporter pieces. We will profit a lot. We will receive a lot of argent. It's a lot of that.
And so you hear all of your crewmates' voices, both in your head and also resonating out of this sphere. Cam's recording all this.
Cam, play that back. If Cam plays it back, do I like hear it? Like,
Yeah,
does
you
it actually
hear-
come out?
Yeah, it's as if it was a speaker. It repeats as long as you experiment with the distance. As long as this thing is touching, you're getting a clear, loud and clear voices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Cam? We're gonna. Oh, I don't know what to do with this one at all. This is new. This is exciting. This is good. This is bad. I'm not sure. I need to ask everyone else. This is one of those things I don't think I know.
Right. But before everyone can convene again, Max pipes up. Vandil, it appears that you have an incoming message for you. I didn't realize that was possible.
In what way did you not realize it was possible? And also, who is it from?
I am not sure. They simply say that they would like to speak with you. The transmission appears to be from a spaceship. It is hard to tell. Some other spatial vehicle that is within parent broadcast vicinity. I did not think that. Max sounds confused. Like,
Cool, I'll view this transition.
thank you. You hear kind of like the clicks over of the connection. And there's a brief moment. And you hear, is this finally CLA Vandil?
Depends on who's asking.
Hold on. And like there's a pause and a click. And then you hear again. Vandil, where on earth have you been? As your mother answers the transmission.
Hi, Mom.
And I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Oh boy! This was a time. We got a lot done.
Yeah, we did.
Combat, dealing with the fun device in the basement, and dropping a lot of cool things that might happen, including talking with family. 'Cause talking with family is cool. Yeah, this was awesome. Before we close up for the night, we're gonna go around and meet our wonderful folks who are with us.
Let me pull the giveaway winner.
Yes, pull the giveaway winner.
Giveaway!
Yay!
Sulu.
Congrats for Sulu. Please DM us either on Twitter or in the Twitch Whisper so we can get you that code. Also, it would appreciate if you could say you were there in chat so we know you were there and that You are good. Yeah, so let's go around, meet our wonderful folks tonight. Tell us who they are, where we can find them, and any of their thoughts for tonight's episode. Let's start off with Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. You can find me at SamOnDamiel. I'm here every Tuesday, and alternating Saturdays I play Heart on Jess' channel. This episode was like so good, so many emotions, and I thought like the highlight was gonna be like finally getting to have that talk with Valla, but then you like hit me with that cliffhanger, so I am just like internal happy screams. I just hit my diffuser. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. At SamOnDamiel, like the Lord of the Rings character. You can find me wherever.
Yay! Yes, I had to throw in a cliffhanger, and what better cliffhanger than your mom calling you up asking where the hell you've been.
Got lots of feelings.
It's great. Love it.
Oh, good.
Oh, let's go over to B. Hello, B.
Hello. Dang, tonight was an episode. But hello, I'm B. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. My brain is still reeling from everything and trying to react accordingly. Heck, how do I show myself a little bit more? Tomorrow you can catch me on Utopia. I'm streaming. I still don't really know what I'm streaming, but I think it's based on Cats the movie and like Simon Lucha.
Yes.
Lucha Libris. Yeah.
Lucha Libris.
Is running it, so like I know it's gonna be amazing. I just signed up because he was running it and I really respect him. Like it's gonna be great.
Amazing.
Right, but on the topic of things that were great, we got to do combat and I got to shoot things and I was amazing at it. Like Zev'xo, honestly, pew pew, 10 out of 10. They were marvelous. And then like the moment where Valla and Vandil were having the discussion after, like, okay, so first off, Vandil, literally watching you, Lauren, like emote all of Vandil's feelings was so good. And like the decision, it wasn't just like, I know this is the right thing to do, goodbye. It's, you were literally like, but it's gonna make the captain mad. I love that so much. And like as you were thinking that, I was immediately like, how do I still profit? How do I still profit? And then it came to me.
I just need to profit. I was so relieved. I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, it's all about how I can make that origin, so I'm very excited for what's to come.
Yay. Yeah, I'm excited to see how I can make you sell this in interesting ways.
I'm not worried.
I'm not gonna make this easy.
You're worried. Ah.
Oh goodness. And let's go over to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Oh my goodness, this was so good. I can't believe we got to do ship combat. Valla got to be a badass, like taking us like woo, pew, 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 all over the place. And then like everyone's saying, the conversation between Valla and Vandil is so good. Like I kept like every time Vandil, like Valla's like just saying what she feels, and then Vandil makes a very good point, and I was like, it's such a good point. It's such a good point. And then the fact that Zev'xo turned it around, and it was like, you were upset about selling this to one evil space corporation. Now it's going to be sold to several evil space corporations. Good job. Oh my god, turning that on its head just blew my. Oh, it was so good. Thank you all so much. This session was amazing. Yeah, I'm Jess. I get to be here every Tuesday. So happy. Love this game so heckin' much. Thank you all so much. I do a wide variety of video games and tabletop role-playing games over on my channel. So follow me over on Twitch, go_JG. We regularly stream like video games. Like lately we've been doing Spiritfarer, which is heckin' cute and sweet, and I literally cried on stream last time. Cause yeah, and then Fridays we often run either Fiasco Fridays or Indie Game Spotlights, and
hard for me to say this one, but this Friday we're playing one of my games for the first time ever. My Patreon supporters have been yelling at me to do it, and I finally was like, fine, we'll do one of my games. So doing that this Friday. Every other Saturday we do Heart, which Sam is in, and it's a wonderful, heckin' creepy, good, spooky-tastic, weird and wonderful skeleton dog friend time. And Sundays we have a brand new space campaign of Dark Matter. So if you enjoy space stuff, we're doing some of that too. So a little bit of everything. So yeah, thank you so much for this game. It's so good. It's so good. I look forward to this game every week. Ugh.
Yay! All right, and let's do some personal stuff. Lauren.
Hey everyone, I'm a disaster. I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. Obviously the salty half of Salty Sweet Games. You can find me here every Saturday morning at 9 Pacific till about 11 Pacific, running Masks of Nyarlathotep, our Pulp Cthulhu campaign. And I am appearing on Roll For It one more time this Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific as my bubblegum pink tiefling lore bard. I'm super excited about that. And otherwise, you can find me over at Magpie Games as one of their curated play GMs. I have an Urban Shadows campaign that has 1 seat left, and that's going to be starting on Thursday at 9 p.m. EDT, so Eastern Time. So if you want to get in on that, I think you have like 24 hours or something like that to do it. It's going to be super fun. That's it for personal stuff. Kienna?
Yeah. This was so good. Combat was really cool. I appreciate that combat. And now I understand combat more. And I'll get to do more complicated stuff instead of just like, and now I chase you with my lasers and my laser sword.
Here I come.
Yeah, this was great. All the emotional moments were amazing. All that good stuff. And I'm so excited for next week when I got to be Mama Vandil. I got to be the mom, and her complicatedness. But y'all can find me over on Twitter at Kienna Ash. Best way for you to figure out what I'm doing. I'm on the internet doing those role-playing things, streaming, writing, Shout to the Void. Obviously, I am the Sweet of the channel, where I do stuff with my best friend Lauren, including all of our TTRPG stuff and our video game stuff. Let's close out the night real quick with our channel stuff. Again, a shout out to the wonderful Roll20. Without them, we would not be able to put on the show. They are a virtual tabletop of choice, and they are co-producing this, and also, they publish the game. So we're really grateful
I would
for
know
them.
this, but Roll20, y'all got merch? Y'all got merch? Because I would rock some of that, is all I'm saying. That's how much I like Roll20.
I think there's merch.
I'm gonna look into it because
We'll
now I kind of want some because pink is also my color. So I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Roll20, again for this opportunity to tell this awesome story in the Olaxis Galaxy. And of course, we want to give another shout out to our other sponsors. That includes Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. Again, they help keep the lights on over here at Salty Sweet Games and help with doing everything awesome with our chat and with our games and all that good stuff. Again, thank you to who have donated to Code 2040. It is an amazing nonprofit, and we're super excited to be helping out such a awesome charity that does incredible, great work in Black and Latino communities to empower them technologically. So it's really awesome. And I'm holding on to that complication for next week. And I believe that we hit our retweet goal. So
yes, we did. Yes.
So we'll be unlocking that poll tomorrow at noon, and I'll be open until Friday at noon Eastern. So we'll have that open for y'all to push some factions forward.
Whee!
And it'll totally be fine for the players. Yeah, and of course, if you ever miss an episode, we upload onto the YouTube channel, and not just the Salt Sweet Games YouTube, but also the Roll20 YouTube channel. So go subscribe to both, where you can get awesome content from both of us. And of course, please go follow us on Twitch and on Twitter to be notified when we go live. We tweet out when we go live an hour before, and when we actually go live for a regular series, our video games, impromptu streams, any other one-shots, all that good stuff. And of course, for the poll every week for Against the Stars. We will be back on Saturday, yes. For Pope Cthulhu, Max and Nyarlathotep. Then on Sunday for
Summer died, by the way. We're gonna go raid them, and I killed Summer with one ghoul. And I was gonna kill Kienna.
Yeah, it was very rude.
She was gonna die.
Yeah, it was very rude.
Thank you.
Anyways, on Sundays we have The Witcher, Crimson, and Ash. Mondays we stream, depends on whether we do D&D or whether we do video game stuff. And then, of course, we'll be back on Tuesdays with another episode of Against the Stars. Yeah, we're gonna go raise some friends. Please stick around in chat. If you got that hype emote, please spam that hype. Otherwise, just spam some hearts for love from us, Salt Sweet Game. Please take care of yourselves, everybody, and we will see y'all next time.
Wave bye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.